Like, I'm tired as hell right now, man. And I ain't making no more than shoe money, but I ain't got no worries, man.
This video will cover an important life decision that we all have to make one day. Do you want to spend your life chasing your dreams? Or do you want to take it easy and live an ordinary life? To answer this question from my perspective, I will mirror the structure from one of my previous uploads, childhood versus adulthood. Both involve comparisons, so it is only fitting that I follow the same way of thinking with this discussion. The first two sections will be dedicated to each path of life, respectively, where I will highlight the pros and cons of each direction. For the final section, I will offer some takeaways and reflections. I really want to hear what you have to say on this topic, so please leave any thoughts you have as the video progresses down in the comments. Also, this might be a spoiler, but I think it's important to say in the beginning, there is no right answer to this comparison. In my opinion, both sides are completely justified, and I will explain why later on. With that said, let's begin. First, let's establish a vision of what this hypothetical path of life would look like. In order for you to get the most out of your time, you will have to live a fast-paced life. Along with that will be constant work, whether that be making progress towards your goals or improving yourself in some way. You will need to make sure that you take one step further towards your ambitions as the weeks and months pass on. Speaking of ambitions, you will conceive huge goals for yourself to accomplish in life. When I say this, I don't mean just doing well in your career. I mean dedicating your life to making a mark on the world before your time is up. And you might not be doing one project your entire life, but you will still put in years and thousands of hours of work into a goal before you accept that it's time to move on. Along the way, you will likely pick up a copious amount of lessons that people will be eager to hear about. It is likely that you will influence others to chase their dreams, either by sharing your insights or by your actual results. Overall, you will make it your life's mission to conquer your journey, no matter what challenges and obstacles appear in your way. After considering this life, let's assess the pros and cons. We'll start with the positives. It's safe to say that if you dedicate your entire life to achieving great things, you will likely receive success in some form. It could come financially or in other ways. Hopefully, you choose to follow your interests, so choosing this life will bring you happiness and fulfillment. Best of all, you will always have a purpose. There will be a reason to get up in the morning, a reason to put in that extra hour, a reason why. That is something that all of us desire to have in our futures. However, this life is not all wonders and victories. There are downsides to it, and you can probably guess most of them. What also comes with setting out to complete huge ambitions is a large amount of pressure, stress, worry, and fear. Stress is expected in life and is honestly healthy for us at certain levels, but you will most likely experience a heightened amount of it if this is your chosen journey. What breeds that stress is all of the other negative emotions I mentioned. The pressure to succeed will undoubtedly be great, and there is nothing you can do about it. There will be many moments of fear and worry. Will everything work out in the end? How long can you continue on this journey before you burn out? Will you regret how you spent your time after it's over? Worst of all, this path can be lonely. There may not be enough time to have a large number of friends, maybe even a family. You can achieve great things, but is that success worth the price of dealing with constant expectations, fears, and doubts? You will have to decide. I will begin the exact same way as I did previously, by establishing my vision for this path of life, which is the contrast to what we just discussed. In this life, instead of vowing to dominate the journey, you choose to take in what the journey gives you. Your life will be about enjoying the small things, but you'll understand that these experiences are quite the opposite of little. From sitting in the sun to taking walks in a park, you will appreciate the gifts that life has already created for us. There are no lifelong goals that you are chasing. You have other ways of getting the most out of the present moment. On the same note, money is not a priority for you. Obviously, we all need a certain amount of financial security to survive, but you are not drawn to maximize your income. Overall, you move at a carefree and relaxed pace. You still get stuff done, but nothing needs to be completed as fast and as efficiently as possible. I have this additional vision that perfectly captures what I'm trying to say. Picture living on a nice ranch, where all the essentials that you need are at your disposal. You spend your days relaxing, keeping everything clean and healthy, and spending time with the people who are closest to you. With that said, let's transition into highlighting the positives of this path. One of the best parts of this direction is one of the details I discussed in that ranch scenario. You will have much more time to spend with friends and family. There will be more free time in general. For the most part, you'll have a stress-free, day-to-day living experience with minimal worries. As I said earlier, moments of stress are unavoidable, but they will appear much less frequently than if you were on the other path. And yet, this life isn't perfect either, because there are some negatives. The main drawback may be a struggle to find purpose. Now, there are definitely ways to do this after making this life choice, but I believe it will be much harder. Additionally, you may experience moments of self-doubt and regret. Are you wasting your life away? Will you regret not chasing any dreams when you were old? Finally, you may even receive some judgment and criticism from the people around you. They may question your way of living and decision making, and that could put unneeded negativity on your life. So, after hearing both sides, do you think there is a winner? Let's try to respond to that question. No, this is not a cop-out answer. I strongly believe that you can have both lives over the course of your lifetime, just not at the same time. Hear me out. Life is balanced and moves in phases. If you take a step back and look at your own story, you will see the chapters appear as you chronicle each year. What if there would be some chapters in which you are chasing your dreams and others where you are just taking life in? That is truly my ideal life, where I can achieve my ambitions and then have cool down periods in between. You might think this is very impractical, but I disagree. See, in this hypothetical life, you wouldn't be working a 9-to-5. If your goals result in financial success, you can use those rewards to allow yourself to be comfortable without having to work a job. My reasoning behind this ideal life is that I appreciate both paths so much and the benefits that they offer. Both allow for unique experiences and moments of growth, learning, and reflection. Most importantly, they offset each other's cons. The things you miss out on during your working stretches, you can get when you are in a period of going with the flow, and vice versa. For example, let's say that for 4 years you work on something every day and it ends up a success. The only problem is, over that time, you struggle to see your family. Now, since the goal is completed, you can switch up your lifestyle and center your time around seeing them instead of working. This is the life that I dream of, but I'd be lying if I said I am 100% confident that it will happen. With that said, if I had to pick one direction, I would choose the conquering approach, which is kind of where I am right now. Currently, I'm trying my best to get the absolute most out of every day, and I have been more fulfilled over the past few months than I ever have in my entire life. I have you to thank for that. I hope one day I will have the privilege of being able to freely alternate between these two ways of life. And if you want that as well, then I wish you the best of luck in getting there. I really want to hear your opinion on this life choice. Do you want to get the most out of life every day and set huge goals? Or will you choose to kick back and see what experiences wander your way? And then there is the third option, of looking to capture both paths during your life? What will it be? Please let me know. Remember this though, you don't need to have a definitive answer today. You can always switch and restructure how you want to live. You have that control and power. That will be it for this comparison of chasing your dreams versus living a boring life. If you enjoyed watching, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already to be part of the community. As always, this has been Dark Horse, and I will see you in the next video.
I know it hurts sometimes, but you'll get over it.